Hey guys, happy Tuesday. On today's episode of Tips from the Table, I'm going to be talking about protein bars and which protein or granola bar is best for you. But before we get started, make sure that you never miss an episode of Tips from the Table by subscribing to my channel below. Let's get started. So I just want to start off by saying that a bar is not always going to be the best option when it comes to fueling, but I understand that with busy lifestyles, busy work schedules, busy training schedules, that sometimes a bar is the only option that we have, and I just want to make sure that you're utilizing that only option the right way. So there's so many bars out there on the market, and just making sure that you become educated and what you're looking for in a bar is going to be so important to make sure that you're choosing the right one. So the first thing that you guys need to look at when looking at a bar is looking at the carbohydrates. So carbohydrates are going to be the energy for our body. It's going to be the quick fuel that our muscles need to help with our workouts and just keep us fueled throughout the day. The first thing you want to look at is to make sure, and I don't think this will ever be a problem when it comes to bars, is that you have a good amount of carbohydrates. So before your workout, you want about 25 grams of carbohydrates in a bar about an hour before training. So making sure that you have a kind of a carbohydrate-rich bar before training will help make sure that you're getting enough carbohydrates and enough fuel for training. And then you also want to make sure that you're prioritizing carbohydrates after training by looking for a bar that has about 1 to 1.2 grams per kilogram amount of carbohydrates in it compared to your body weight. So to figure this out, I have a little example for you. What you need to do is you need to take your weight. So I'm 135 pounds. You divide that by 2.2. And then you multiply that number, so that's 60 for me, times 1, or you times that 60 by 1.2. So that gives you a good range of what carbohydrates you should be intaking after your workout, and therefore what you should look for in a bar. So we have that 25 grams of carbohydrates an hour before training in that bar, and then we have 1 to 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight of carbohydrates in a bar after a workout. Does that make sense? Additionally, a bar that's rich in carbohydrates might benefit your performance if you're working out for more than an hour. So in a basketball study that they conducted, they found that people who had carbohydrate during training lasted with higher energy levels 37% longer compared to individuals who did not intake any carbohydrate. And similar studies have found similar results when looking at soccer, rugby, and field hockey, and in general just field sports. So ensuring that we have carbohydrate before, during, and after our workouts will help elevate our workouts and make our workouts that much better. So we just talked a lot about carbohydrates, and now we're going to talk about protein. So protein should definitely be prioritized after your workout, and we want to look for a bar that has around 20 grams of protein. If you can't really find a bar that has about 20 grams of protein, then it's totally fine to supplement a carbohydrate-rich bar with a protein shake containing whey protein or your favorite plant-based protein. So making sure that we're getting in those proteins after a workout in a bar or in a shake paired with a carbohydrate-rich bar. A lot of bars that are rich in protein are also going to be rich in carbohydrate. So if you're choosing a high protein bar, you're more than likely going to get a high carbohydrate amount in there as well. Protein is also going to be important for you before your workout, and you don't need as much as 20 grams, but 5 to 10 grams of protein with those 25 grams of carbohydrates before a workout should help you out during your workout. So I just want to get a little bit further into what I just talked about with the protein after your workout in that bar. So yes, it is really important to have protein, within, I like to say 30 to 60 minutes after your workout. This is just kind of a popular term, but they found that, it is really beneficial that as soon as your stomach can handle protein, to intake protein. Not only is protein important after your workout, but then the following 24 hours after your workout, it's really important to make sure that we have consistent and adequate protein intake. And if we're choosing bars, to make sure that our bars contain protein in them to ensure that we're properly recovering and making sure that we're maintaining the muscle mass that we have, and then also help promote building the muscle mass that we are trying to build. So making sure that we have a little bit of protein before our workout, making sure that we're ramping it up after our workout, and then consistently intaking protein through bars that have 15 to 20 grams of protein throughout the day is going to be super important. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate your support, and I hope you learned something today about how to choose the right bar as well as carbs and protein throughout the day. I can't reiterate it enough about how important fueling is, and you guys are definitely on the right track by watching this video and spending some time to learn about proper fueling. So let me know what you thought below. Drop some of your favorite bar recommendations for everybody to see, and then also subscribe to my channel so you guys never miss a tips from the table. All right, thanks again, and I'll see you next Tuesday.